ZenAF.TV, where we just talk about stuff.
Welcome to ZenAF Podcast, episode 13, the lucky episode 13, unless you are in a hotel. Then there is no 13. They don't put 13 floors in hotels, and a lot of them in America.
They don't do that here either. I don't even think apartment buildings do a 13th floor.
Yeah, it's like bad luck. So it goes right from 12 to 14. The funny thing is, if you're outside, you can count 13 floors up, but inside it's 12 to 14. That's wild.
But you're not allowed to count, like say it out loud, or else
you'll go straight to hell. Hey, guys, ZenAF.TV, home of Alex Skuby's pectoral muscles and Wayne's tracksuits. Thank you for joining us. We love you, and we've missed you.
I have pectoral muscles as well.
Okay.
They're just my pectoral muscles are designed in cups, which so is a lot of baking.
Yeah. Well,
right? Like, oh, you got to put a cup of flour in. Just with me, oh, I'm a small B cup.
What a way to start. I love this. Hey, so stuff going on in our lives outside of the podcast. Not much, because this is all we think about 24/7. But there is a few things. So, Wayne, what do you got going on? You got something going on in January. What do you got gearing up?
Yeah, I got things going on in January, but I don't mean to do this. I'm trying to be I've been getting called the humble giant a lot lately, and I'm like, I'm not even that tall. And Alex is kind of the humble giant. So your thing is your thing. You've been chomping at the bit, and I'm kind of excited to know about it too. Like, this isn't just the listeners' first time hearing it. This is my first time. I already know.
So look. Wayne's got stuff going on in January. He apparently wants me to say mine first. So I will be this coming Sunday, November 14th, in an episode of Fear the Walking Dead. So, yeah. And actually, my when this airs, my wife's big episode, she's a series regular on that show, just aired yesterday, if you're watching this today on Monday. And she was phenomenal in it. But, my part's a guest star. It's fun. I'm excited to see how it turned out. I don't know what they kept and what they deleted, but it'll be fun.
Do you have a lot of speaking lines?
If they keep all my stuff in, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. I was in a TV series as a star once, I had no
star,
lines.
like in the sky.
No, I was literally the lead in a TV series called I Escaped. I played an inmate, a gay, racist inmate that escaped from Snake River Prison in Oregon.
That's not too far off from your actual life. Now, so you didn't have any lines, though?
No, it was more like it was a docu-series. So I had lines, like at the one when I got through the fence, I had to go...
Now, is that a line, or is that just like a grunt?
It depends. Well, what if that's how I speak? What if I was like?
I am very impressed by this story, but I want to hear what you have in January, because it's pretty sweet.
Oh, I have a lot of lines coming up in January.
Yeah, what do you got?
So I have put out in the world that I want to start motivationally speaking. The stuff that I do on TikTok, I have learned a lot about myself, and the one thing I learned is that I still have a passion for public speaking, because I used to be a stand-up comedian, and I have decided that I'm going to start speaking live. So I've teamed up with some wonderful people around where I live, and on the 21st of January, we are doing a event called Vulnerable as Fuck with Wayne Hanna. And I'm going I'm going to motivationally speak, but it's going to be like a comedy club kind of setting. So I'm really excited to see how that comes together. And
that's at the barn, right? I saw the pictures. It's pretty amazing. Mm-hmm. And the inside, when I saw the pictures of the interior of that barn, when you first told me about it, I thought it was literally a barn. And I actually thought that's kind of fucking cool. But I saw the interior of the barn you're talking about, and it is pretty decked out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they had this thing built as a wedding venue, and then
great.
They do some other
beautiful, absolutely gorgeous.
But it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great. And I'm glad that you stole my AF on the end of every word. You and your buddies, you guys just keep stealing AF and sticking it on words.
You know what?
Like coffee AF and fucking freaky deaky AF and sweatsuit AF. I mean, I don't know what I got. I don't know who I got to blow to like stop that.
Chlamydia AF.
Yeah, chlamydia AF. Also, for those that don't know, I have a play that's coming up in March of 2022 in Los Angeles. It's called Gaslight House. It's written by the amazing playwright Howard Skora. This is my third play with him. I'm sure I've talked about this already. I'm just throwing it out there. So March of 2022 in Los Angeles. Wayne's got his January thing. Now, you're going to do that January, February, March, correct?
Yeah, but I think we're going to do January in this setting, and then there's a theater that I would like to book, and I would like to do it in a theater for February, March.
Man, that's really cool. I wish I could.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Figure it out.
I feel like we're going to be at some point. We're going to be on the road with this.
Yeah, we want to take this thing. You know, for the people that are listening, and again, we're grateful for you guys or watching on YouTube, whatever
Except
you're doing.
Rachel.
We're so grateful.
Not
except
Rachel.
for Rachel.
I fucking
God,
can't
fucking
stand.
Rachel.
She better not have written into the show this time.
Did you see those mugs? Did you see that mug?
Yeah,
it is
like
brilliant.
what kind
it's
of
pretty
egotistical fucking maniac would make a coffee mug with their face, with their name? Oh, never mind. I did that.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude.
Oh, Rachel,
so I want to play a game with you, a quick game. It's called
Who's in Your
One Word
Mouth?
Answer.
Oh,
We play that privately, Wayne. This is on our podcast. This is a different game.
I've never lost.
You've never lost because it's always me in your mouth. So here's the thing. This is a one-word answer game, Wayne. I want to play this game with you. I'm going to read you the headline, okay, of an article.
Okay.
And I want you just to give me the first word that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Just the first word.
Okay.
Ready?
I didn't.
Okay.
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
I get that we don't plan these podcasts, but I gave you fucking homework 2 weeks ago.
I have the homework. I prepared it. By the way, I did. Calgary Stampede. I prepared it. But this is just a quick game. It's literally just a one word answer. I just want to hear one word that comes out of your mouth, whatever that is. Don't think too much about it. Don't overthink it. Just say whatever comes out of your mouth.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here is the headline that I read for a news article. Here it is. I married my wife when I was 17. She was 71. One word.
Dehydrated. Dehydrated vagina.
Wait a second. I read that article, dude, and I read just the headline of it, and I literally didn't know if I wanted to vomit or just laugh, or I did everything. I did it all. I vomited. I laughed. I don't understand. I don't understand this. Like, look, as a dude, you got to have some serious, and I'm not even going to say mommy issues. I'm going to say grandmommy issues. And for the woman to actually go through with this, like that, I get like women like younger men, some, not all, because I'm seeing a lot of, women that like older men. I get it. And some men like older women, some men like younger women, but to have a disparaging age difference, 17 and 71, that just reeks to me of like old roast beef and like a Vaseline sandwich. You know what I mean?
That's in my head now. That's like when somebody says, "Hey, how does the Three's Company theme song go?" And you're like,
"Come and knock on their door.
I'll be waiting for you.
Take a step that is available.
Three's Company too." When somebody does that, and then the next thing you know, you have that stuck in your head for a week. Now I have that stuck in my head probably until the day that I leave this earth.
Tell me what's stuck in your head.
Well, the simple fact that as soon as you read me that headline, I didn't start thinking of a word. I started thinking of a buddy who I know that was 20-something, early 20s, sleeping with a 73-year-old woman. I know somebody.
We're going to pause for a quick break.
I know somebody.
And we're back.
I know somebody who did that.
No.
I was just threw it out there. I was like, we're just having a locker room conversation. You know, you sit with the boys, ladies, you do this too, men, you do this too. Hey, what's the oldest woman you've ever been with? And I'm like, oh, I'm going to throw them for a loop. I was 18. She was 53. It was a one-night stand. That's the girl that put her finger in my bum with the finger condom. We've talked about this.
Gotcha.
And then another buddy's like, he did the standard 10-year difference in one person. No, I'm not into that. And then out of nowhere, my buddy, he's like, oh, yeah, I was 23. He's French. I was 23. She was 73.
Okay, so now, like that, both of them should be arrested. And not because...
Who, though? The guy or the...
I said both. Both should be arrested. Like, they both should be arrested and sent to
what's
at least...
the crime?
30 days of community service.
What's the crime?
Well, the crime
though?
is making me not feel comfortable.
How do we not know? How do we not know that like that's when shit just starts to get good? You know,
I'm having anxiety right now.
No, I get it,
this.
but have you ever thought like play devil's advocate for a second? Play devil's advocate for a second.
Love is love. I get it.
You know what? Like I'm not going to lie to you. I would love to come home after a hard day's work to my retired girlfriend, and she's like, "Hey, sweetie, I crocheted you this doily for your end table in our bedroom that we've, next to the workbench where we get our work on."
I'm married in bed.
I love two things. I love the size of your hammer.
And the fact that my vagina is like a wizard sleeve.
Baby, go get the Metamucil. We're going to Fucktown.
I know the mayor of Fucktown.
Alex Skuby's the mayor of Fucktown. He was way too large for my dehydrated vagina.
Oh my God. And it's like, we can't get too much further into this because I will go to a dark place. I'll go to a dark place in my head. And when we're done recording today, I'll go cry. I will literally go throw up in a ball.
What do you talk about? Like, what's the conversation you have? Why is she?
I like corned beef and hash. She's like, I remember when they came out with corned beef and hash.
Hang on a second. 71 and he was 17?
Yes.
So they were married?
Yes.
So he was younger than 17 when they met.
No, the article headline is, I was 17 when I married my wife. She was 71.
How old was he when he met his now wife?
I would guess they were together for at least a couple months, right? So I don't know, like maybe they knew each other for 2 years. Maybe he was like the newspaper delivery boy, and she would like flash him like her nipples down by her knees once in a while. She'd just like lift up her pant leg, and her nipple be out by the knee.
Oh, you like my knobby knees, do you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay, we got to get away from this.
You know what?
We have to go
Hang
somewhere
on.
else, man.
Tyler, our producer, needs to put some music in behind this. Some like bow chicka bow bow stuff to it. I want you to, because I told you about what I do at red lights, not the nose picking or not that.
The teeth clicking.
No, not the teeth clicking. That I look over, and if I'm parked next to an elderly lady at a red light, I try to imagine what she was like back in the day. If she was like a super adventurous, sexy.
I don't know why you do that.
I don't know why I do that. I don't know why I do half of the shit that I do, but I do it. And there's no getting me away from it. It's not like I woke up in the morning. I'm like, hey, I'm going to record my girlfriend at 15 years old. And then I'm going to watch old ladies at red lights and wonder if they, if they're into some kinky shit 25, 30 years later. It's not like I didn't wake up like this. I was born like this, man.
Oh my God. It's wild, man. It's raining here. And it's so like my dog won't go outside. Charlotte will not. She has been holding her pee-pee and her poo-poo for at least 13 hours now, and she won't go outside. I don't know what to do. She won't go outside.
She'll go when it's time.
I feel like I'm going to walk out when I'm done with this, I'm going to walk downstairs, and there's going to be a nice pile of dung.
How do you talk to her? Like, I've noticed this about people that own pets. Like, you guys have, like, pet voices.
Well, if I'm mad, okay, so there's two different things. If I'm mad, if something has upset me that she has done or won't do, especially on walks, I talk to her like this. Charlotte, you better fucking do this. When I love her, which is all the time, but when I'm feeling, lovey goo goo, I'm like, who's a big girl? Who's a big little girl? Are you a little girl, big girl with a big head and a small feet? You got long toenails and a flat back?
Yeah.
You got a flat back, small head, little toes, big feet.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I do. Yeah.
We need to, there's a trend on TikTok where they do like, it all started when my mom met my dad and then they had me. You should get get a mean picture of like a pit bull with like a chain around its neck and then have a chihuahua.
A little chihuahua.
With like a crown. And then, because that happened, that's almost as disturbing as the 17-year-old and the 71-year-old. I feel like
it's so disturbing.
It's so disturbing. I've been on listen, I've been through some disturbing things in my life, but yeah, that would shock like that. And it's nothing against listen, there's nothing against I'm not being age
not age shaming.
Age shaming. No, I'm shaming. I'm not even shaming it. Like, I mean, you do you, boo-boo. However, I don't know. You know what though? I'm not gonna lie. If Helen Mirren was like, Wayne, I'd like to be with you for the rest of your life, I would do that.
Well, Helen Mirren would say, I'd like to be with you for the rest of my life because you'll probably outlive her.
And you don't know that.
That's true.
You don't know that. There are a lot.
But I will say this. Look, man. I mean, I have to say this. So if I met these two people, right, and I see this woman who's in her 70s and this kid who looks like he could be like the fucking kid who is like, bussing tables at Outback Steakhouse, and they were together. I'd be like, oh, hi, it's nice to meet you. Is this your grandson? And if he like stepped up and was like, that's my wife, the look on whoever's watching this would be the look on my face. I mean, I can't. My jaw would drop, and I'd be like, "This is." I either start laughing out of nervousness, or just say, "That's fucked up," and walk away.
Did they show a picture of this couple?
There is a picture of them. Yeah.
Is she hot?
Look, there's someone for everyone, and I'm not going to get into who's hot, who's not.
Is he hot?
Look, there's someone for everyone, and I'm not going to get...
Are they hot together?
There is someone for everyone, and I am not going to get into who's hot and who's not.
Who's hot?
Am I hot? Yeah, I'm hot. That's
there
fact.
used
That's
to
science.
be a website. I wonder if that website still exists. Do you ever remember
Lemon Party?
No, hotornot.com.
Oh my God, I remember.
Do you remember?
I remember
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was insane.
Yeah,
I forgot all about that. That's been years, right?
Years. I used to watch that when I was in the Army, and I haven't been in the Army in 20 years, so or however long. Oh my God, I remember
that. Hot or not? That's so fucked up. It's just so fucked up. Especially where we are now is like, humanity, how we're trying to be, more PC, whatever that means, or just more mindful of other people and how they're feeling and whatnot.
Like but it's hot.
You would be.
I feel like I feel like
I'd be hot.
You
would be.
No, but I feel like we're good-looking human beings. Like and I'm not saying it from a cocky place. I'm just saying it like I legit think that I feel handsome. I feel like a handsome mother. There's times where I don't. There's times where like I haven't showered in 4 days and
what?
Like
you haven't?
No, I have. But just if there ever was a time, there's times. You don't ever go like 3 days without a shower?
Oh, of course. You know that. I've talked about it on this podcast.
So don't act all surprised.
Well, I showered today. I worked out. I blasted my pecs, blasted my tries, my delts, my thighs, my calves. I took a shower and I fucking lubed up. I fucking literally got in between my fucking groin sack, put the bar of soap all around my shoulders and fucking ran it up and down the back of my neck. I am clean right now.
I did not picture you as a bar of soaper. I felt like you would be a liquid soaper.
No, I'm a bar soaper. I like to feel it in all my cracks.
Crevasse. Hey, you know how the other day we were talking about, or on the last episode, we were talking about the Wild Wild West? And
yes.
Yeah, thank you to whoever did that beautiful artistic rendition of...
Fan art Lindy.
Yeah.
On the
Arnie Finkelstein,
me on a Cobra.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That is like,
thank you.
And that it was just so photorealistic. I felt like I was Arnie Finkelstein in 1876 riding.
Yeah, that sketch. Cow. If you guys haven't seen that sketch, it's pretty much went viral. now.
Yeah.
And it's Alex Starduster Moonside coming in on a Cobra, and then there's Arnie Finkelstein riding in on his female cow, and it is a female cow.
It is, yeah, dairy cow.
Big eyelashes. Yeah.
Huge eyelashes. I think I might get that put on bath towels.
I hope you're put on bath towels. If you were put on bath towels, I would get at least 4 of them.
Would you dry your parts with my face?
Yeah, of course. And I wouldn't even feel like not manly about that, or not like I'm a man, that bullshit. I would literally do it and just smile.
You know what I want to do? Now that I think about it, then I'm going to go back to the Wild West because I was going somewhere with that. I'm not even lying to you. I want to go to it. Do you guys have Build-A-Bear down there? Those stores?
Yes, we do. God damn it. Yeah, we do.
I want to go to Build-A-Bear, and I want to build.
Where?
Here. Or there. I'll do it when I get to Texas.
No, I don't. We're not doing that when you come down. We're not fucking
wait till
going
I
to
finish.
Build-A-Bear.
Wait till I finish, and then you'd be like, and I will book the appointment. I'd like to go to Build-A-Bear. I would like to build a bear and then get one of those things. You know how you could have a bear read you a story? Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna put a Sleep with Alex episode in the teddy bear, and then when you press the hand, it's like cat litter.
I'm booking that appointment right now.
Yes, I told you.
We're going to Build-A-Bear. We're going to Build-A-Bear.
Honestly, I'm here to tell you, and I don't mean to pump your tires because that's not what I'm here to do, even though that's what you brought me here to do, is to pump your tires. I remember when you agreed to do a podcast, you're like, yeah, as long as you just feed my ego 24/7, which
AKA pump my tires.
Boom, boom, AKA fill up the truck, AKA... I was thinking we were going to riff for a bit.
So wait, the Wild West, what were you going to say about it? I want to hear about it.
So you know how I want to go do the pictures like where we're dressed like cowboys?
Yes.
I feel like I was thinking about it yesterday on my drive into work. I was listening to like old 80s tunes and 70s tunes, and I was like picturing me once again as a detective in the mid 70s, the big collar and the 38 special under my, like you and I, like we're caught. They need to set up a place where you can dress up like 70s detectives and do photo shoots like the Wild West.
Well, why wouldn't they have that already? Like, you can pick why don't they have a bunch of backdrops where they say, look, do you want to be cowboys? Do you want to be 70s detectives? Do you want to be ballerinas? Do you want to be goat herders? Like, what do you want to be?
You want to be shepherds?
Do you want to be shepherds? Do you want a shepherd's cream pie?
What's a shepherd's cream pie? You just did the thing where you just said the words that fell out of your face. You have no idea why you said shepherd's cream pie. You literally...
Well, I was thinking of a shepherd and a cream pie.
I just learned what a cream pie was not too long ago, and I don't want to talk about it. So let's move on.
Yeah, I don't either. It's gross.
Disgusting.
It's like bukkake.
It's just not. We're talking about it. That's talking about it.
Yeah, that is. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about bukkake. I don't want to talk about cream pie.
What does your hat say?
Zen as fuck.
Dude, so does mine.
What the hell? Where'd you get that?
Oh, I stole it from my buddy. It's his line.
I stole this one from myself. It's my line.
It's not your line.
Not anymore. It's not.
No.
Not anymore. It's not.
I was on TikTok last night, and this guy's now doing a good morning fuckface or good morning fuckers, and then he tries to give some wisdom.
Come on, no fucking way.
100%.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Are you being serious?
100%.
Oh my god, that's so awesome! Don't you love that shit?
I do.
Well, hey, look, I heard of this guy who's doing a show at a barn calling it vulnerable as fuck. I mean, come on. Hello,
Alex. Vulnerable as fuck is as much mine as
it is mine.
Exactly. It's us doing things together apart. Do you know how hard it is to only want to work with your buddy, but he lives in another country?
I know. It really is. Guys, if you guys listening or watching or whatever you're doing, it's really...
I don't like it.
Wayne and I are at a point where we know the love's there. And we have not met yet. We have not embraced. We have not fondled.
We're gonna.
And yet we are so far apart that the amazing thing that this has even come to fruition is fucking insane, right? It is, to be honest, it is. And the fact that it's working out, and we're on episode 13 right now of this podcast, and we're doing some other things, it's insane.
Not to mention yesterday and the day before we launched episode 12 on Monday, and we have had record downloads in 48 hours.
Record downloads, and again, it's like I can't tell you how grateful I am. I know we keep saying this and stuff, but I want it known, like we're just two normal, kind of normal. I mean, we're a little crazy, but we're almost normal guys who, met each other on fucking TikTok and are doing this podcast, and it's going really well. So that's all.
The thing that I don't understand is TikTok is very much a dating site now, as we've described many times.
What is that all about?
There are so many single people, beautiful women, beautiful men, and I meet you.
Yeah, out of all the beautiful people you could have met, you met the most beautiful, which is crazy, right?
Grateful.
Mm-hmm. Crazy
for feeling so
lonely. That was my mom's favorite song. Oh my God. That was
my mom's.
Oh, my heart just broke a little bit.
My mom's favorite song, I shit you not, is Patsy Cline. That song by Patsy Cline.
My mom had an amazing voice, which was wild. She would sing in the kitchen all the time. Like, I just hear her down there singing, or I'd be there eating dinner, and she'd be singing while she was like doing the dishes or cleaning up or whatever the hell. And I would just stare at her like, and then she would do karaoke, like, when she'd go out with her friends or whatever in Jersey, she'd do karaoke, and people loved her. And I was always like, Mom, you should just, like, for shits and giggles, go to a recording studio. Just record some covers or whatever. And she never would do it. She never would do it.
You know what's funny is that I was thinking about this the other day, because I've got, my dad is a huge Elvis fan. And when we were in Vegas on my 21st birthday, I convinced him to buy this record, the Elvis, the one that used to be in the background. And I said this the other day. I said, you know what? When my dad dies, scared that I don't even want to talk about that. But when he leaves us, I'll never be able to listen to Elvis again.
I will tell you something, man. I want to touch on what you just said. So my mother and I, my mother passed 13 almost 13 years ago. And she was young, and we were like best friends. And when she passed, I had a mental breakdown. Like, I couldn't leave the house for almost a year, dude. I didn't want to leave the house.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give up everything and stuff. And, but her and I would sing together all the time, because I like to sing, and she loved to sing. And we would sing together all the time. And do you know that song? And we were goofing around. We were having, like, I think it was at Christmas, like, years ago, like 25 years ago. We were at Christmas. My grandmother was there, my aunts, uncles, blah, blah, blah. And my mom's like, hey, who wants to sing with me? She had like a karaoke machine. And I was like, oh, I'll do it. And that song, she didn't know what song was coming on. And it was, remember that song? Now I had the time of my... So my mom's like, sing it with me. I'm like, all right, we did it. I guess it was recorded on a tape cassette. I did not know it. About 7 or 8 years ago, maybe a little longer than that. I can't remember if it was my sister or my brother played it, and I fucking almost went right back to the horrifying. I started sobbing uncontrollably. But it was crazy to hear her voice, because when someone passes away, you keep the memory of what you think about them in your head. But I forgot what my mom sounded like. And I know that may sound odd, but I forgot what her vocal tone was. And when I heard that, it just went boom. Like, it was all of a sudden I was just sucked right back into that moment where I was like, oh my God, that's what she sounded like. I don't know.
You know what's funny is now that there's an app you can get where you can point it at a picture and it'll make their eyes and mouth move. And I saw it. Super realistic.
So what do you have, man?
I found a question.
Ooh.
And it's a good question.
Oh my God, who sent it?
Action Jackson. Oh, I know who this is.
Action Jackson.
It's my captain. It's my captain.
Oh, we got a captain from the fire department in Pewaukee, Canada.
In Pewaukee, Pewaukee District Fire Department. The best volunteers on the southern side. All right. He was saying to me the other day, because he watches all of our podcasts, but he
love
watches them. He doesn't listen to them. He watches them.
I love that even more.
And I'm like, listen, man, I've got early access to episode 12 on Saturday because we worked on Saturday. I'm like, I can share it with you. And he looks at me, he's like, nope. He's like, Chrissy and I like to watch it at home.
Oh, see, now that's a real lover of Alex Skuby. I love that.
He loves you.
Oh, he loves you too, man.
Yeah, he does. But
what's his question, Wayne?
So hang on. Do you want to know what his real first name is?
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Krentel.
Close.
Okay.
His real first name is Michael.
I wasn't even really close at all.
His last name has always been Jackson.
Michael
What a name is Michael Jackson.
Like after the pedophile?
Yeah. Alleged.
All right. The alleged pedophile.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I kind of tend to think.
Action Jackson reads, question.
Okay.
Have either of you ever been fired from a job? And if so, was there any drama?
I can answer that right off the bat.
Conversely, have either of you quit a job which resulted in drama?
Okay. I am going to start with part one. So I lived in Chicago, Illinois, and I was a bartender out there. And I waited tables too, but I was bartending at I'm not going to say the name of the restaurant, but it was a really cool spot. It was like a hot spot, and it was underneath an L train on Clark. It was right by Wrigley Field. And one day I come into work and I'm ready to get my shift on, make that money, because it was good money, man, like good money. And I come in, and the manager, I'm setting up, I'm cutting limes, I'm getting ready, the bar ready, and manager comes in and goes, Alex, I need to talk to you. I'm like, all right, cool. And I sit down, and he goes, so when someone orders a top shelf margarita, how do you make it? And I tell him, and he goes, but you're not making it that way, are you? And you're charging them for a top shelf margarita, aren't you? And what are you doing with the rest of the money? And I was like, I'm going to go. And I got up because I knew exactly, I was skimming a little bit. But here's the funny thing. Wayne, I know that sounds horrible, whatever.
No, it
but
sounds
literally
too coincidental.
Everyone that was working there was doing the same fucking thing. I'm the one who got pegged, right? Oh, and I also stole a sweatshirt that had the name of the place on it from down in the basement, and somehow they fucking knew. And this wasn't the day and age with cameras everywhere, so I don't know. I think someone ratted on me.
You had a rat.
But so while I'm walking away, he goes, that's the best decision, because if you chose to fight me on this, I was going to call the cops. And I just remember I booked a fucking place, unlocked my bike from the bike lock out front, and just rode my ass to the nearest burrito place and ate my emotions.
Oh, wow. And you've been addicted to burritos ever since?
Ever since. That's where my burrito addiction started. Yeah.
But I feel like that's something that you do in Chicago. Like if you haven't skimmed from the top, a bar in Chicago. I love Chicago, man.
Oh, it's great. I love Chicago.
So we will go to Chicago.
I tell you, I could still to this day. I haven't been there since 2005. I want to say
that was the last time I was there. No, 2007.
Well, I filmed a movie there in 2005, which was probably one of the most bizarre movies. I'm not even going to say what the name of it is, but and I was the lead of it, along with this woman. And anyway, so that was the last time I was there. But I'll tell you what, man, the pubs, the restaurants, the nightlife there, the sports. It's just a phenomenal city.
Oh, I love
Not in the wintertime, though. That they can go fuck it off sky high.
Yeah, because it's windy as shit. I remember, so I have this thing where I go, every major city I go to, I have to slide down like a famous railing somewhere. So in Chicago at Navy Pier, I slid down a railing. And then in LA, So I think at Capitol Records or somewhere else. I slid down a railing there. San Francisco at Alamo Park, where they filmed the beginning of Full House. I slid down a quarter of the railing and then fell on my face, and a bunch of tourists took pictures of me.
They have. Did you ever, when you were in Chicago, did you go down to Wacker Drive? Did you go down to Wacker Drive?
No.
And party at some of the pubs down there? It's great. And Clark, Division. There was a place called Stanley's Kitchen. I have no idea if it's still there, but that was like, I think it was like Halstead. It was like Halstead and Clark. I can't remember the exact streets, but oh my God. You used to walk out of there blackout drunk. And, oh my God.
I would cross. It's funny because my most fondest memory of Chicago is I got off the train. I think it was the Orange Line that took me downtown from Schiller Park, from O'Hare Airport. And I was walking by a Starbucks on like, I don't know what side, like the not so busy part of the river. Like, I don't know the names. So I'm walking down and I was trying to find a place because I wanted to go see where Al Capone ordered the first hit in front of a church, because there's still like bullet.
Yeah.
And I asked this dude, he was wearing a suit, like businessman. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry to bug you. And he was the nicest human being in the world, like the nicest human being in the world. And I just, because I would spend 5 days. I would leave to go to, because I would go to school in Ontario and I lived on the West Coast. So I would drive through the U.S. and I would always leave a week and a half early so I could spend 5 days in Chicago. I love
it's such a great city. And you know, the other thing about Chicago is the blues music out there is phenomenal.
I went to the blues house, the House of Blues. I went to the House of Blues.
Mm-hmm. Well, where you didn't go, where you should have gone, is there was a place called, and I believe it was on Halstead. I could be completely wrong because it's been a long time, but there was a place called Kingston Mines that had some of the most gritty blues players, and I'm talking famous blues players, man. But you walked in there was a minimal cover charge, you got a little table, and this, whoever was playing that night, guy would get up there and just, he was just scruffy. He looks like he hasn't showered in like 2 years. His nut hair was just down to his fucking feet, and he would get on this guitar and he would just fucking slam it, gonna beat that town.
When I was lost and then I was found.
Oh man, so good, dude, so good. And the other thing about Chicago that I loved was that it was such a party town. So it was one of the most beautiful alcoholic towns I've ever been in. And what I'm learning, which is funny, is that Austin, Texas is not too far behind. I'm learning that.
Is Austin a cool place to hang out?
It's a party town, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's a place that my wife and I like to go to. It's called La Holly. And it's less than a mile from our house. And it's just this awesome outdoor place. And they got this taco truck there. And you and I are going. We're going to La Holly. Yeah, we're going to La Holly. And their margaritas are phenomenal. Wait. And there's a bartender there named Kyle who fucking hooks it up. He's great.
I'm so
just give me a shout out.
Kyle, you better be ready for me, Kyle. Kyle. Hey, Kyle. Hey, Kyle. Hey, Kyle, girl. Kyle, girl.
So I want to talk about something that you asked me to talk about.
I just want to answer the question, too.
Okay. What's the question?
The question that Greg asked about getting fired. You answered them.
Oh, my God. We went off on a tangent. Go ahead,
we talked about Chicago for 10 minutes.
Oh, do it. I want to hear yours.
Because it's funny that you brought that up.
All right. Go for it. What is it?
Are you ready for this?
Do it.
So when I was right out of high school, before I left for the Army, I took a job as a security guard at this old apartment building, or at this new apartment building. They had like in-house security guard for the night shift. So at like 8 at night till 7 in the morning, I would have to go sit in the front office, and then, people would call down. It was kind of like you were a security guard, but you were also like the bellhop kind of guy.
Like a concierge?
Yeah, but not. Like I was in an office, and this was in the mid-90s, like 96, 97-ish. And I would literally bring I had an old tube TV, and I would bring that, a VCR, and a bunch of movies, and I would just watch them at night, right, in this office. Well, one night, I kind of got bored of watching these movies, so I may have used the office phone and I was in the newspaper, and I called a 1-900 number.
Oh my God.
And I started talking to this 911 or 911, this 900 number, like sex on phone.
How
sex.
long were you on the phone for? Because they charge by the minute.
So an hour and a half later.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
We were just having good conversation. Like it wasn't even sexual. I was just getting to know this person. Like I still remember this day like it was yesterday. And
what was his name?
I don't even remember her name. I didn't fall for that. I didn't fall for that one. Anyways, let's fast forward. I don't know, a billing cycle. And I show up to work for my shift, and in sitting there is the guy that hired me, and he just looks at me and he goes, "You could probably just get the fuck out of here." And I said, "But what do you mean?" And it was literally the same thing. He shows me an almost $1,000 phone bill.
Oh my God.
And said, "You won't be getting your last paycheck. And you can leave or I'll call the cops." And I was just like, "Thank you for your time. I will be leaving now."
So wait. Did you tug one out?
No,
in the office?
no, I didn't. That's the thing.
What's the point then?
I don't know. I just got really into her story. Like she seemed like a really nice person.
Oh my God. It's like going to a strip club and being like, "Why do you do this? Let's talk about you. Why are you a stripper?"
That's what I do at strip clubs. When I go to strip clubs, or not anymore, I
to do
haven't
it
been
too.
in years. I tried to change them. I'm like,
decades.
you know what? Like, what if, like, do you want to give me a lap dance? Like, what would make you happy? Blah, blah, blah.
It's so stupid. It's just so embarrassing.
I know.
You know, hey, so basically what I've just learned and our audience has learned is that back in the day, we were both thieves.
Yeah, we stole, but like you stole money.
You stole money.
No, but I did, but like in a Robin Hood kind of way, because I'm pretty sure she's a successful business person now. And because of that conversation, like I feel like I changed her life. She probably came across. She's probably a big
You're so
fan of
fucking
mine
delusional.
now, and she doesn't know. I feel like it was. You call it stealing. I call that philanthropy. I call that.
Hey, look, I was trying to better myself when I did it. I was just trying to better myself.
I get it.
And I mean, look, if I didn't do what I did, I wouldn't have been able to pay my rent and give money to burritos as big as your head every night.
And you know what? The thing is that everything that happens to us, even those shitty things, those are what define us now as good people. You know, because we learn our lessons. We learn
Look, we're
from
good people. You and I are good people. And, you know, trust us.
I should have tugged.
Guys, trust us.
I should have tugged it that night. Like, why didn't I even?
Yeah, you didn't even blow like a lasso.
I didn't even pleasure myself. I'm embarrassed.
We say different things.
I kind of try to PG it because I
Why
don't
is
want
your voice up here like this?
I don't want to alarm the people. I just want the people to, you know, like if you were to look at, if we were, I don't know, hypothetically speaking, a turtle and a bear.
Well, we were.
Are we still? We don't know.
We are. We're just, Peen and Ween, just so people are listening. We did 3 episodes. We're going to sit it out for a minute. We're going to rethink it. We're just going to rethink it. That's all.
It's not because we're scared. Like, it's just
I'm
that
not
the
scared
thing
I'm not scared of anything.
I'm not scared. I ain't scared. I ain't scared.
I ain't scared, motherfucker.
I ain't scared, motherfucker.
Okay, I'm gonna answer a question that you've been chomping at the bits because you wanted me to give a little history about the Calgary Stampede.
Oh my God, yes.
And I'm gonna tell you this story that I learned
5 minutes ago.
The Calgary Stampede.
Calgary.
The Calgary Stampede in Canada. I thought I was going to read about. I want to start this by saying I thought I was going to read about some like vicious war, like just people just got stampeded by like horse and moose, where they were just and all their names were Doug, and they were all getting killed by horse and moose. It's not that at all, ladies and
The
gentlemen.
moose
You know
are
what it is?
coming. Hey, the moose are coming. There's no dude about it. We got to get out of here. Woo!
Oh, my boots!
I
We
can
better
just
get the fuck out of here with the boots.
We're running. I just picture everybody running now, like running out of there because the moose are coming. It's like these mad,
I love the
rampant
fact
moose.
that when they're running, one friend could look at each other and say, "Your boot's about to explode."
Then there's like one strong Canadian that says, "Hey, I'll take care of the problem, eh?" And then he stands in front of the moose. He's like, "You stop there and say you're sorry." And then the moose is like, "Oh my
Sorry.
God, I'm on some of your money. I'm on your quarter. I'm so sorry." And then that is what happened in the Calgary Stampede.
Well,
Canada.
I'm gonna tell you exactly to our listeners what the Calgary Stampede is. The Calgary Stampede is every July in Alberta, Canada. Okay. It is the world's largest outdoor rodeo. Okay. There are, the funniest part about the Calgary Stampede is that they have like a few different styles. They have barrel racing, which is, very hit Canada. They have my favorite, barebacking.
That's where they ride with no condom on.
That's where they ride the horse or moose with no condom on. They have tie-down roping. There is, what are the other? Oh, my God, I forgot the other ones.
Bull riding.
Steer wrestling. Steer wrestling.
Yeah.
But here's a funny fact about the Calgary Stampede. At least one person every July stubs their toe.
What?
That's all I can find on that.
Wow. I didn't know it was the world's largest outdoor
rodeo. Outdoor.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. Do you want to know something? I'm from 3 hours away from Calgary. I've never been to it.
So why would you want all this information?
Well, because I'm thinking about going. I'm thinking about going next year, and I didn't want to Google it myself. So I appreciate you.
Maybe I'll go with you to the Calgary Stampede.
Oh my God! But I'll fly.
Oh, and it's in Alberta, Canada.
I'll fly down to Texas.
Okay.
And then we'll fly up to Calgary from Texas together.
Okay.
And we'll get off. We'll have like our hats on. And we'll be like,
hat on.
Where the fuck is the world's largest outdoor rodeo? We're here from Texas. Meanwhile, I'm just from Ontario. But I paid
like you flew all the way to Texas just to fly back to where you're from
just so
to go to the Calgary Stampede.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I really did think that I was going to read about some vicious war. I really did. I don't know why.
I never even thought about it until now. I'm like, yeah, it sounds like a vicious war. But
it's not. It's literally just a rodeo.
Yeah.
And they bareback each other.
Yeah. So in Canada, we tend to not go to war with each other.
I know that. Well, you guys are kind of like neutral. You guys are kind of like France. You're like the neutral country. Like,
we'll fuck shit up. We fuck shit up.
Well, you do and you don't. It's like, America always gets into it with people they shouldn't. Like America just likes to stick their fucking, like, we're fucking America. We're going to come over to where you live and try to teach you about Christianity. It's like, why?
Yeah, they only do that though, like in the defense of the United States of America. They only do that with every other country. It's not like they just pick and choose.
It's true.
They treat
and it's every other country with oil. It's got to have oil.
I feel like if the U.S. was a character in a movie, he would be, the U.S. would be that guy in Back to the Future. The bully.
Oh, yeah. What's his name? Biff.
I feel like the U.S. would be
By the way, I know that guy.
Oh, you know him?
Well, yeah, we auditioned together for quite a few years. This is after the Back to the Future movies. This was in L.A. I can't remember his damn name, but he's a sweet dude, like a really nice guy. Yeah, I can't remember his name. Huh. Oh my God, it's been a while. But yeah, he's a good dude. Biff.
He's a good dude.
Back to the Future.
Biff. I don't even know. Hey, so you brought up something when we were on Dean Blundell's show the other day.
Which was?
When we were talking about sexual function and the ability to come to fruition all over the place. And said that when you started going on antidepressants,
Prozac,
you would be able to bareback the rodeo for hours, but you couldn't
I
come.
couldn't have an orgasm. No, I
couldn't have an orgasm.
It was horrible.
I
It
can't.
lasted for quite a few months. Wait,
Yeah,
what?
3-4 hours. I found that out the other day. Like not in with I was by myself,
Yeah.
which usually
Yeah,
I could get the job done in like 4 minutes flat.
Yeah, 4 minutes flat.
2 hours.
Oh my God, dude! Did you? My wrist would go numb. I'd be literally, and then frustration sets in,
Yeah.
and then you're just looking at your penis, and you're like, "Fuck you! I hate you, penis."
Well, no. What happened is because you're the one that. Why did I just sound like Christopher Walken? You know, what happened was I was coming aboard myself, and you popped into my brain saying,
Wait, what? Wait.
Yeah, you popped into my brain. Your advice popped into my brain. I'm like, fuck, I'm going through that right now. So I just
hey,
stopped.
it's a real thing for people on antidepressants. So not everyone goes through it, but I will say this, and I have never ever had a problem with erectile dysfunction ever. Like I'm the first person to get a boner. Like if there's a room of people who have to get a boner, I'm the first one's got a boner.
I got a boner right
I just
now.
said that. I can't believe I had one 4 minutes ago. So
See, first
I had
one
the first
every
boner.
time.
My boner was first. So here's the thing. I literally got on Prozac. It was the most wonderful thing that had happened to me. But the problem was when I tried to come to fruition, as you say, which is just such a bizarre fucking
Until
way to
you say
that.
it during the act. Say
It sounds
to,
evil or something. It sounds
when you're like
evil.
when
or
you're
like,
making sweet, sweet love. Next time, just look at your wife in the eyes and be like,
don't,
baby, I'm coming to fruition.
okay,
Or
first
I'm
of all,
arriving. Or
Can
just
I
tell her
use
you're
my
arriving.
deeper voice when I do that?
Yeah.
Does it have to be like, baby, I'm coming to fruition?
No.
Can I be like, this is what I say. I say this. I'm not even going to say what I say because you know what? That's
personal.
That's a private thing. I'm
That's
not going to.
personal.
That's personal. But
What is
here's
it?
the thing, man. So
What do you say?
it was so frustrating and depressing to me. And then all of a sudden, within like, I guess it went on for like 3 or 4 months. And then all of a sudden, I got through it. Like I got past it. I got past it.
My fear, however, is that when I get past it, then it's going to be too quick. Because
It will be.
Because I'm very much like, let's call a spade here. I'm an emotionally available guy now, but when I'm with somebody, when I have an orgasm, I tend to want to have a nap after, like that caveman mentality. I don't want to like cuddle and snuggle. I'm getting better with it. I'm trying to work through it. So for me, I'm like, well, 2 hours of messing around, it kind of, they don't want to, after that, they don't want to snuggle either because I just did so much.
Who the fuck is cuddling and who the fuck is messing around for 2 hours?
This guy.
Come on.
Oh, I swear to
No
God.
way.
Easily.
First of all, it gets boring. Look.
No, it
I
doesn't.
am literally
It's not sex
maybe
the
an
whole
hour.
time. It's
maybe
not
an
this.
hour.
Yeah, but that's not
I understand
sex.
that.
But that it's
I
all the
understand that.
other
There's
things.
foreplay. Yeah,
There's
I get
toys. There's outfits. There's music playlists. There's
the fuck are
there's
you dancing?
food,
Dressing up
there's
like Donna
breaks,
Summer and
there's-
clicking your teeth?
There's breaks. There's start spreading the news. No, like there's all of like you have to you turn it into a night. You see, the thing is, Alex, when you have young children and your children are when you're not parenting and you have a couple days off where you can you can get your schnook home with your partner, you turn that shit into an escapade. You make that shit you make that shit a show, and women appreciate that.
Unless you're exhausted. Unless you're just exhausted. And let's not make it like some big romance novel because the truth is
No, I mean like dirty or like kinkiness. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, man. So like I get foreplay, like I love that. I love all that stuff. And then the actual act of like, okay, we're we're in it. I would say tops 45 minutes.
And that's why I'm better at it than
tops.
That's why I'm better.
I don't know, man. Well, first of all, you wouldn't know because you haven't been where I've been. You haven't been where I've been. Hey, Wayne, you haven't been where I've been.
Moonside duster nuts. Riding off into the sunset after he leaves them ladies satisfied. He says, "Ma'am, I'm about to give you the world's greatest 23 minutes of your life. Why don't I give you 24? Because I don't wanna. Why don't I give you 22? Because I don't wanna. because I'll fucking decide, because I'm Alex Moon Duster Snibbly Tits.
Wait a second. Don't change the name. It's Alex Star Duster Moonside.
Moon Nipple. From San Francisco.
San Quentin.
You wouldn't last 5 minutes in San Quentin.
Oh, fuck no, man.
Fuck.
It goes two ways. I either literally walk in and just start beating the fuck out of the first person I see just so people will leave me alone, or I walk in, hide, and then they find me, and then I'm done.
I'm in. I'm through the booking process. I am handed my coveralls, and I go find the biggest, baddest motherfucker, and I kiss him on the cheek. And I giggle, and I whisper in his ear, if you make me suck you off, I'm going to bite your dick off. And then people will be like, did you just see that guy come in here and kiss that big-ass motherfucker on the cheek and whisper something into his ear, and then he was mortified and walked away? No, sir. I'm not fucking with him. I don't even care what he said. Right? And then you'll see me.
You're sucking him off in the bathroom.
Yep. And
he comes to fruition.
And I'll be like, well, this is bullshit. I wish you were on antidepressants. Thank God you're not on antidepressants, because I don't want this to last for 4 hours in the shower.
You're listening to ZenAF.TV, which is more than just... God damn it, Wayne.